My fiance is asking. Sorry.
No. So we have a YouTube page as well. We also stream on Facebook.
Okay.
So it's the Social Flex. So it's THA. So either one of those, like if you want, just like one of them.
Like, let me look at it. Are we going round and capture? Smooth transition to be shut. How do we get so damn
Can I send me yet?
Yeah, everything should be up there.
Yeah. Ready for another exciting episode.
Indeed.
2, 3. This is season 3.
Yeah, season 3 years.
YouTube is live.
This is my brag. Alright, you ready?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good evening. Welcome to the Social Flex. We'll be having a very interesting episode tonight. Try to get through some things, get it out, talk it out. So we'll get started. I am Sierra Tompkins. I'm one of your Social Flex hosts and guides. I am 43 and I am currently single, divorced, and might be willing today. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it right now. Kind of going through this little journey. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. So, okay.
Well, I am Carlisa Turner. I'm your other Social Flex host and guide. I am 43. I am a widow, and I'm open to dating.
And we do have a special guest here today.
Wait a minute. Oh, announce the episode.
Yeah, that is right.
Do things in order.
Jesus
Christ. Oh my God.
Today's episode we're talking about grieving, and what it means to you. So we're just going to kind of talk about that, because sometimes in our culture we grieve, we don't understand the steps of it, we don't understand the reasons why. And sometimes we don't have the type of support that we need to get through those processes. So,
well, as she said, we do have a guest, a panelist. We will allow that person to introduce themselves.
Right. So, hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Denaja Dukas, and I am the Outreach and Education Coordinator for the Highmark Caring Place. We are a center that supports grieving children and their families through the process of grief. And since we're sharing, I'm 34, currently engaged, and not looking. So, sorry, y'all.
It's close.
It's over. It's over.
Sorry, y'all.
It's over. So this was one of my topics. And I wanted to do this topic because I felt like, again, that grief is not something that is widely discussed in our culture and community. Also because I feel like people just think that you grieve death. Like there are so many other so many other things we grieve, like relationships. I actually, I just had car issues. So in the midst of that, like I was kind of grieving that. Like, is my car about to be done? Do I need to get a new ride? Do I need to say bye to Scooter? Like, what? He got a name.
I'm listening.
Like, so I was going through some things.
I think it was the name. It wasn't that he has a name. It was that it was the
his
name.
name's Scooter. What's wrong with Scooter? That's my nigga. My nigga Scooter. He been with me through the storm.
I'm not
And that's
judging.
what it is. That's what
Yeah, it is. So, just like really getting through the thought processes of that and really the functionality of like how I grieve personally. We do got a couple slides. We was being fancy dancy this episode.
This is how we originally started. We started with the fancy dancy slides. How long?
So, but this one is how long do the 7 stages of grief last? And it says grief is a personal and unique experience. There is no designated time frame for these stages or processes. Grief experts note that healing happens gradually. It can't be forced or hurried, and there is no normal timetable for grieving. Some people start to feel better in weeks, months. For others, the grieving process is measured in years. So, with that being said, I learned that for some situations, for me, it depends on the situation, the person, and what is like actually to be grieved. So, like right now, as far as like death is concerned, I don't think I have a strong emotional compass on that. I feel like depending on the person, if they pass away, I just be like,
I know. We've had that conversation. I'm like, oh, you're like,
like, cause like, like, good. I think like there's only one person who is currently in my life, or actually 3, maybe 4. We'll stretch it to 4, where if something happened to them, I might be like, oh my god. But
That was a whole my.
Hey, it is.
You brushed a lot of things to the side.
I don't know. I'm broken. It's not that I don't care, and it's that I don't have an emotional response. That I've gotten to a terrible practice of sucking everything in.
Okay.
That never comes out, and I'm sure one day it's going to all fall out. And when it does, that's going to be an ugly day. But until then, I'm like Lord. I think I'm walking around in a space of nothing. Okay. We're like, but I can't get it out.
Not to imply or anything too much, but have you experienced multiple losses?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be significant, like you said, grief can be come in many different facets. So if you experience multiple losses at some point, it does what people feel like it's not a feeling that comes over them because it's like, I know how this feels. I know where this can take me. I don't want to keep taking myself to that place every single time.
I think for me, it started like when I felt like I had to be responsible for someone else's feelings.
Okay.
So like, when my granny passed, I had like a 30-second because I had to be strong for my mom and my mom's siblings and be there for them to help them, through that process. So once I sucked back in that emotion, it was like I couldn't get that emotion back out. Like,
That's when you shut down.
I want to, but I can't do it. And then when my son passed, it was like a brief and then it was like I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get nothing out. Like I couldn't release like a tear for real. Now, if someone pisses me off about it,
Yeah.
then I could drop a tear out of anger. But I don't know, I can't do it. My husband passed. I had a split-second meltdown in the course of him passing.
Okay.
But then once that had passed, once I had to go home and explain it